What's going on YouTube? So if you're like me and you have an HTC EVO 4G LTE, you've no doubt seen this bar. The little three dots with a big black bar across the bottom of your screen. This, in my opinion, is the one and only shortfall of the new EVO, and it's driven me crazy. But then once I started messing around with rooting and different ROMs and realizing that, hey, I don't have to deal with this, that's when I decided I'm gonna go ahead and try to get rid of it. The way I did that was using MeanROM version 1.7 and some tweaks that are included within the MeanROM zip that's flashed. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the MeanROM thread here on XDA Developers. Big shout out to Mikey XDA for putting this ROM together for our phone. If we scroll down, definitely make sure you read all of this and give props to the people who have contributed. If you're not a member of XDA, go ahead and go sign up and then give thanks to these folks. What you're going to do is, once you've flashed MeanROM version 1.7, and if you're not familiar with how to flash this ROM, I followed a video by What Would Josh Do, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description, as well as an annotation at the end of the video, so you can check out his channel. He's a really good resource for rooting and ROMs and just hacks for the phone and customizations, so check out his channel towards the end. So you're going to click right here where it says download section, and then there's Android file host links, and that's going to open up this page. So you're going to want to download this, and I actually had the best luck downloading this on my phone itself. I tried Chrome, Firefox, and IE, and they would all time out after trying to download this zip for a while. So I flashed the ROM, and there's a folder called MeanROM ICS within this zip that didn't get copied over to my phone memory. Not a big deal. The way you get that folder on your phone is after you've downloaded this and flashed it. As always, you're going to want to check the MD5, so let that load. So here's the MD5, it's loaded, and like I said, I've already downloaded this, and I'm going to check the MD5. And you're going to want to do this with anything that you flash on your phone, because these files can potentially brick your phone, and so if something gets messed up in the download or the transfer, this is a great way to ensure that the file it's still intact, it hasn't been corrupted in any way. We'll paste that there, and then I will look for the zip that I've downloaded. So here's the MeanROM zip, hit open, wait for the MD5 checksum to verify. Okay, you see there the codes match, so that means the file that we've downloaded is the same as the file that is being hosted here, which is good, and you always want to check that whenever you're downloading zip files to flash to your phone. So we'll go ahead and exit this, go back to that folder, and what you're going to want to do is that MeanROM zip file, you're going to want to expand the zip file, go into the folder itself, and then here under SD card, we have the MeanROM ICS folder. If this folder didn't flash to your phone, then you're going to want to plug your phone into your computer and copy this folder over to your phone's memory. Not to your external SD card, but to the quote-unquote SD card partition on your phone. So once that's copied over, then you'll be able to move on with the next step. Again, I've only tried this on MeanROM. If you want to try this with another ROM or with the stock ROM, by all means go right ahead, let me know how that works out for you. But this is the only way that I've tried it, which is running MeanROM version 1.7. So let's go ahead and move over to the phone now so we can see the rest of this process. Alright, so on screen I've got my phone, and as you can see, I'm going to go into some of these apps real quick. So you can see the the three dot menu button. You see it on the bottom. The infamous menu bar. Hopefully we'll get rid of that today. So as I said, once those files from your computer are copied onto your device, just go into ES File Explorer, gets installed with MeanROM, but you can use any file explorer you want, and look for that folder. It's right there, make sure it's there, and then you see you've got a bunch of zips for all the customizations, and again our buddy the three dot menu bar. I'm gonna go home, and one of the nice things about MeanROM is if you hold the power button, you see we have the option to boot into recovery, which is how we're going to flash those zips. So I'll select that, And yes, we want to restart the phone. Now, one thing I highly recommend you do before doing this is doing titanium backups. Again, flashing stuff like this does have the chance of bricking your phone. So we're booting into our recovery. And then before going into install and installing any of the zips, you want to go into wipe. You're going to wipe your cache. Cache wipe successful. Go back. And your Dalvik cache. I'll wipe that too. That was successful as well. Go back. Go back. And also, this kind of goes without saying too, but if you go into backup, always make a backup of your device. I'm not going to make one because I just made one earlier today before making this video, so I'm not going to do that, but you should definitely do that before flashing anything to your phone, just because, as I said before, there is a chance of bricking your phone. So moving along, we'll go to install. The mod that I'm going to do is remap right to menu. That's going to get rid of that menu bar, and it's going to turn your multitasking button, it's going to turn that button into your menu button. If you long press on home, that is how you're going to access your running apps. And so that button on the right gets remapped to the menu, home button gets remapped to the running apps button. So we're going to go ahead and select remap right to menu, and then just swipe to confirm. So you see that was pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and select reboot system now. I'm going to speed this part of the video up because it does take a while. Alright, we are back. That was about 7.5 minutes. So the phone has booted back up. Just let it sit for a little while. As I said, this was about between 7 and 8 minutes. Don't get impatient, just leave the phone be, don't restart it, don't mess with it. Once it's booted up, you should be able to just unlock it and go into it. Emails are coming in, things like that. So again, upon first boot, it might be a little laggy, but with use, it'll speed up. So anyways, let's jump back into one of those apps that I tried earlier that had the notorious menu bar, but I'm gonna go back into speed test. Look at that, no menu bar. The bottom is now all the way to the edge of the screen. Move the phone up so you can see the capacitive buttons right there. And if I long press the home button, that is our recent apps button now. So again, press home, just goes home. Press and hold gives us recent apps. So let's open up a few more just so you can see. PayPass locator. Again, no more menu. If I hit the menu on this one, it brings up the menu. Go home. Let's open up a few more. XDA. Again, no menu bar. That ROM should flash that folder into your phone. It did not for me. The portion that I showed you on the computer, that'll be how you're going to get those tweaks on your phone, and then this is how you will install them and forever be rid of the hideous menu bar button. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me, feel free to send me a message here on YouTube or hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And thanks again to those people that I gave shoutouts to. Again, as with flashing anything on your phone, research, do backups, and cross your fingers. So if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button up top. It helps me out and it keeps you up to date of when I release new videos. Good luck flashing these mods to your phone. Until next time, take care and enjoy.